This is a JVC stereo cassette deck KD-S200 Mark II, made in Japan in 1977. There was also a earlier Mark I version. I think both look more or less the same, with this, the Mark II version, having some wooden panels on its sides. One of its features is timer recording. It means you would have a separate timer set to turn on the power to the machine at the time you set it to. You would set up the deck into record pause, and when a timer switches on the power to the deck, the pause button is released automatically at that moment. Another feature is ANRS noise reduction and ANRS super noise reduction. Again, a 70s layout of the functions on the unusual piano keys, if I can call them piano keys, that is. Power button is to the right, and above are the recording level sliders. The VU meters light up in this cool shade of blue, with 3 indicators in between them, indicating recording, super ANRS and ANRS. Below is a peak level meter on what looks like red LEDs. On the selector buttons below are input select between line in and mics, ANRS on or off, super ANRS on or off. And 2 more selectors. One is for EQ and a separate selector for the bias. Further to the right is a output level slider. Let's have a closer look at those EQ and bias selectors. This is selection for type 1, type 2 and type 3 cassettes, and there's a bit of an explanation how to work them. For instance, both switches in, EQ and the bias, that's for chrome tape. Both switches out are for type 1 normal cassette, and EQ pressed in and bias out is a setting for a type 3 cassette. To the left are left and right microphone inputs and a headphone jack. And on the sides of this KD-S200 Mark II are these wooden panels. And I think this will be the most obvious difference between the Mark I and the Mark II. Not a JVC expert, so there might be other differences too. Let's have a look inside the cassette well. It's a 2-head deck with a recording head described as sand alloy. So I think that refers to sand dust alloy. And that's how it looks inside here. This deck does not record for some reason. And it comes with a rubber band on the tape counter. A blue rubber belt that matches the VU meters. On the back of the machine, line in and line out on both RCA and DIN. A internal voltage selector, and a tag. It's 1977, so it's naturally made in Japan. And from the top it looks like this. Initially I thought that is a plastic cover, but apparently it's not. And the specifications for this deck are at the bottom of this leaflet in German, but specifications are international language. Here's a better view of those wooden covers. And what's underneath them. And unfortunately these are not real wood. Here is the top cover, and that is in fact made of steel, but the sides are plastic, so it's a combination of plastic, sides, metal cover, and those wooden covers that go over the sides. Everything in here is on a separate board. This is a noise reduction board. This is a power supply board. The transformer. This board here is for the VU meters and the peak level display. And the amplifier and all the cassette deck things are on here. Now let's have a look at the back of the front. And that's the VU meters up the top there. On off switch, and I think that's the mic inputs and headphones jack there. This is a mechanism. On the motor, there is a date code of 7th December 1977, if I'm reading that correctly. Yeah, 7th or the 2nd. Either way, 1977. And this is the Mark II. So the Mark I would be an even earlier device than this. I wanted to add that I did not put the blue rubber band for the tape counter. That wasn't me. This is how I received it. The deck got brought in for a change of belts. However, it does not record either. The VU meters and peak level meter show the signal, but the deck doesn't record or erase. It's not my deck, so it's up to the owner if he wants this extra repairs done. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next or one of the previous videos.